Alexa, play Bad Boys, the cop song.
Bad Boys, The Cops isn't included with Prime, but is available with Amazon Music Unlimited.
You know what? Fuck you, Alexa. I'm done with you. I got my bloody old PlayStation. Help me out. That's right. Bad Boys for Life. Directed by, forgive me if I butcher your names, Alel Falala and Badil El Arbi. If I messed it up, please, you can crucify me later. We're in the month where usually the shit of the shittest is usually put out there for the industry to all gloriously put out, because we just for some reason have had no faith for the month of January. We just, shit comes out during January. That's kind of the industry tradition. If it's in January, it's probably a stinker. But things have been changing a lot. Ever since, I'm going to say 2017, things have not been the same. After Paddington 2 came out, I just think that the whole curse of January has really been rectified, remixed, cleaned up, because it seems that directors realize, hey, we can dump out quality and still make good quality at the same time. Oh my god, what a weird experiment! Michael Bay made some cool little action movies. They decided to call it Bad Boys back in the early 90s and late 90s and very early 2000s. They were, I don't want to say the word solid, okay. They were okay. Were they a lot of fun? Yes, but be honest, looking back, I've seen both of those films at least a good 5 times each. We watched a lot of fucking Bad Boys. Michael Bay was part of my childhood too, don't worry. I was very big into movies. I've been a huge nerd all my life. I remember watching them with my cousins. We loved them. We laughed our asses off. The scene where the 2 rats are just going at it in the second one, I think is one of the funniest things ever. I'm gonna be real, but characters, aside from Will Smith and Martin Lawrence, were very forgettable, very stupid, very Michael Bay-ish, very ridiculous, over the top, for all the worst reasons possible. They were just ridiculous. So it was really surprising to go see it today, and I was very optimistic, a bit worried, a little more optimistic after I saw a lot of reviews, especially by some of my favorites, actually giving a lot of good compliments to the film, saying it was quite good and surprising and refreshing, which is not what you expect from a series like Bad Boys. But I watched it today, and here's what I thought. They were right. I'm really impressed. And genuinely, I say this all, and once again, I know, as usual, I'm very late, and I know a lot of people are going to say, weren't you going to watch Sonic? Shut up. I know. I was going to watch Sonic. Do you see what I'm wearing right now? I make no sense right now. But yeah, I saw Bad Boys, and yeah, genuinely, I'm really impressed. It was a film that came out during January, which, once again, very late January. The whole month in general is known. I say that a billion times because, yes, it is a tradition that the month of January is usually where studios want to just dump out whatever project either they had no faith for, B, they wanted to just get out a dumb popcorn flick to make some quick money, usually Bad Boys, or C, it was just a project that they are not sure that is going to really work at all, kind of more like A, I'm starting to realize. So yeah, it's really the other two, or also C, sorry. They know it's a class stinker, but they know a lot of people are stupid enough to go watch it anyway. If there's 1 or 2 fun scenes and they can just go laugh with their friends and they want to make a quick buck, let's do it. Those are usually the 3 that they have. Very conflicted in where I'm going to put it in my rating. It's still good, but like, is it good or is it great? Because there are some things that I'm conflicted that I will bring up. But first, let's go to the good. I've always said since I started talking about Bad Boys in this video that the best part of these films have always been Will Smith and Martin Lawrence. If it weren't for them, no one would ever care to check out these movies. Even when they're just dumb popcorn flicks, everyone agrees they were the best part. It's really that stressed you out a lot back in the early 2000s, that Will Smith clearly had potential to be in such kick-ass films because he was such a kick-ass rock star of a celebrity, such a great actor, and he could do so much. He's funny, charismatic, and quite emotional. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air showed everything he could do. So stressful when you saw him in random shit like Hancock, Bad Boys, and fucking what else that was really stupid that I remember in him. Knew he could be way better than he was. My point. And now he's fucking proven it. He's not just in a great fun action flick, again, a lot because of his strength and power. He is just genuinely in a good film. It's what proves so much of how important it really is to have a director that knows what they're doing, but especially a fresh director with a fresh, creative, open mind. Oh my god, I wasn't just impressed that it was good, because the movie just wasn't good fun. Because yes, you expect to hear just good, dumb action fun, but done with really compelling and fun characters to keep you along the way, where it's not just a one-time watch in the movies. This was more than that. it's what blew my mind, and a lot of critics I don't see talking about, at least the ones I've seen. Once again, the film reminded me of a lot of what I felt when watching, I can't believe I'm about to say this, Mission Impossible Fallout, which was, if you guys don't remember, my favorite movie, action movie of the whole decade of the 2010s. That's what I felt a lot when it comes to this. Like, it generally blew my mind. It wasn't perfect, like, someone to get to that. But a lot of it was just really well done. It had a great formula. The characters were charismatic, interesting, funny. There was a lot of cool nostalgic callbacks to the first Bad Boys films. Reggie's back. Oh my god, we've quoted that scene. Who the fuck are you? Like, this is what I thought if it was going to be good. At best, I was expecting Bad Boys for Life to be a classic cop drama, and then coming back for one more time, dealing with one more bad guy that they fought back in the day in one of the last two films, take your pick, and he was going to come back, threaten them, and then they were going to get together with the whole gang, fight them off. One of them probably almost dies, and then they come back. It's all good. The end. They kind of went for one of those themes that I brought up, but then everything else is quite a big of a twist. Not to spoil things too badly, spoiler alert if you don't want to hear too much, some people freaking die in this movie. Like, straight up die. Like, they don't come back. They're not coming back. And that's what blew my mind. Like, they showed actual consequences. They showed that these characters are also very flawed. They're not perfect, and they make mistakes, and those mistakes come to something, even with their best of intentions. Like, it's generally something you don't see coming, especially from a series like Bad Boys. You expect dumb, fun action, which a lot of it does offer, with a lot of ridiculous sequences, a lot of maybe not so impressive CGI, but still fun either way. They really try to mix it up and make it interesting, and for most of it, it really works. And that's what blows my mind. It's so good. And honestly, that's all you need sometimes. And that's what makes me happy. I've said this a billion times of how much I love film, and today was one of those days again. I know it feels like it's every other week, but god damn it, if it's just that good, you gotta learn to appreciate things, man. Don't be so pessimistic. This was a day that reminded me, this was a film that reminded me of the power of just learning to focus on characters, learning to focus on your technique, learning to focus on your formula, and learning to focus on your story. But my biggest problem with it is that, as far as I remember, I haven't admittedly seen the first one in a long time. It's really the second one I used to watch way more. I've seen both 5 times, but the first one I saw 5 times, like back in like 2011, 2010. It's been that long. And the second one I would have watched back in 2013, 14 a lot. So one is a little more fresh on my mind than the other. But as far as I remember, these characters that are brought up for this twist have never really been talked about or discussed or even hinted at. Now, they do have a clever way to hint it in this film itself, where they build it up, which I really appreciate. It's something you call callbacks in writing, where you bring up something in the film that doesn't seem really important. Maybe it could just be a funny gag or a little quirk of the character, but ends up becoming something way bigger later in the story, calling back to that thing that they brought up earlier, showing if the audience is paying attention or not. They do that in this film, which I really appreciate. But does that really save the fact that it's never really been talked about at all? And yes, still a 3-part franchise, and now officially a trilogy. Now, holy shit, it's a trilogy. What the fuck? Like, it's crazy. Like, that's my point. That's what I'm really conflicting a lot on what I feel. I'm thinking at this moment, like I say, my opinions do change sometimes. But right now at this moment, I just really feel the twist is still done so well in the film that it doesn't really bother me. And I still think, I'm still impressed either way how carefully as possible it's handled in a film part of a series that was originally a Michael Bay series. Like, what is happening? This was like It or Bumblebee back in 2018 for me. It's stuff like this that you just don't see coming, that's given way much more effort than you ever expect. And god damn it, you just gotta love it for it. It proves that anything can be made into a good story with enough effort and enough patience. You get a stupid buddy cop film like Bad Boys was back in the early 2000s, make it a fun, compelling, action, adventure, dumb popcorn flick, while fun, exciting action experience. That's all you need sometimes. I'm gonna give Bad Boys a solid 8 out of 10. I'm genuinely impressed. This was a great action film. It could change, but either way, it's still going to be good, so fuck it. It's not going to be a big change. I absolutely love films like this when they come out. I appreciate it so much. I know it's not the best of the best. It's not the greatest action film of all time, or even of the decade. The decade just started, man. Come on. It's still out in theaters, guys. Please go check out Bad Boys for Life, and we can maybe discuss it more in the comments. Spoiler warning, because it probably will happen. I had so much fun watching this film tonight. So good. I just fucking loved it. I might actually go watch it again with my buds next week. And when we do go watch Sonic, I will watch it. I promise. And Birds of Prey. You think I'm not going to watch? Didn't I not confess my love to Margot Robbie like in the last review? Trust me, I'll get it done. Anyway, fellas, thank you so much for watching this review. You guys know I always love doing this. New reviews coming out whenever possible, and new videos, new gaming videos especially, coming out very soon. Thank you all for watching. We have a beautiful day. See you guys.